video is about to be the best loadouts in Call of Duty. So, like, forget about the names. It's like movement. The only one that's really true is like the movement and the separate and the restock. So, first of all, is the Fargo 561, the Owen gun. Fargo received a damage buff, and she's the best class for it. Cruise suppressor, good recoil and all. If you don't have this leveled up, I'll use a KGB. Yeah, that's it. The task force, you can use the, I think, is it the reinforced, but I think the task force is better. A lot of people use the task force instead of the reinforced. Arms 3x is all you need. Reticle is just anything preferable minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything else is like pretty good. Maybe this one, no, because it's kind of weird. But yeah. The blue dot is pretty nice for some people, but I just like this. This is really clean for me. The Spetsnaz grip for even less recoil and the 60 round. Don't use the fast mag because that hurts your ADS time by a lot, and you don't really want that for an AR. That can be pretty good close range. I have my own gun here. Own gun is just like a mid gun now. So like, the thing about these classes is that these like guns are just put together randomly. So these are all the overpowered classes for each gun. We have the Owen gun here. We have the recoil booster. I guess a rapid barrel. Night model, remote stock. It's like your standard Owen gun build. People rock the Shrouded, but I feel like the rapid is just for me now. I don't know. Kind of want to use a rapid now. Better long range, but that's why you have a gun like the Cooper Carbine here. I feel like it's like not mentioned at all. It's basically the STG. It's literally the STG. I make silencer, so there's like damage range and like recoil control and sound suppression. Just be the best. Nothing bad about it, I guess. Minus ADS and sprint of fire, but you don't really need that on an AR sprint of fire speed. 22 Cooper Custom is just the best. Like, none of them really make sense, especially if you're going for like a long range build. This is like for the close range, 1,500 bullets per minute, per second. I don't know, minute or second. Nah, definitely minute. But yeah, an hour that'll be really slow. G16, people use the SVT, but since I'm on console, I don't really like that. Since I play I kind of don't like. I just like the G16, but sometimes 3 to 6 is pretty good. I'm gonna put it on right now because it has like, I think, cleaner iron sights. Cooper 45 RS is better. You can use this, but I don't think it's better. This is for the movement one. Tight grip, just no recoil. Like, after you put on tight grip, you literally have no recoil. Fully loaded, so when you get it off spawn, you can just have like unlimited ammo basically. Rubber grip for the recoil control. There's a lot of other grips you can use. Like, you can use the Stibby. Yeah, you can use whatever for the mine is the groove grip. The groove grip is not that good. The 60 round mag is just the best. It's like a lot of ammo. You just keep on shooting. Just fire rate, recoil control, maximum ammo capacity too. Lengthen is just best for every single AR in the game. And hand stop is pretty good. You can use the Carver, but I don't like the fact that it hurts your sight speed. I'd rather have my hipfire accuracy hurt than my ADS. Next is the PPSH. So this build is like, what the heck is this guy using? This is the mine no recoil PPSH build. This isn't really mine, but at the same time it is mine. Like, I saw someone have a no recoil PPSH, like playing with it, and I realized, now I gotta try this out. So this is basically it. Recoil booster, because like without it, it's just about to be a useless gun. Never use this gun if you don't have the recoil booster yet. This is like 300mm for the recoil control. But if you want the fast fire rate, I will use the rapid. Night model 47 and press custom. Usually use either the Zax folding, but I'm not pronouncing that, and or the remote stock. The rest of these are for the no recoil builds, I think. Tight grip is, even with the high fire build, you have to go with tight grip. Quick for the sprint speed. If you're still leveling up, I'd rather use surplus. Even if you lock quick, still use the surplus. You might use the fully loaded. I feel like I should have a fully loaded class, so I'm gonna go fully loaded. this is for the recoil control stippy grip. Grip is like whatever you want. It's like there's always like 5 or 6 that are really good. The 8mm and 71 round mag is perfect. It's recoil control, fire rate, maximum ammo capacity. It does minus damage, but this doesn't. But still, I'd rather have this instead because this movement speed is absolutely horrendous. Hollow point, I think, is really good for SMG. Some people use subsonic, some people use hollow point. I like hollow point. The Carver foregrips end it all with a really little recoil class. It does like sway to the left and right a little bit, so you kind of have to get used to that. But it's really good. You can beam people from like 10 to 15 meters plus, even with an SMG. STG class best gun in the game, no questions. Maybe after the VAR guns there's a TTK, but still I feel like it's right now the best gun in the game. You've seen this class a lot, and you might probably want to skip this, but if you haven't, just watch it. So we have the MX Silencer, the VDD 760mm 0B5, G16 2.5 optic, the VDD weighted. People use a precision, but I just like the weighted because, like, if you look at it, it says recoil control overall. This is the only horizontal recoil control, like that's left to the right, and you really need the up and down recoil too. So yeah, so I have this one on. Movement speed is a little bit worse, but both of them have really bad movement speed. This one's movement speed is a little bit worse, but that's why you have a fast movement gun next to it. Have focus for the flinch resistance. This one also helps with flinch resistance, so they will help with flinch resistance. If you think there's like, yeah, there's like way too much, you can do this, but the recoil control accuracy will be hurt a little bit. That's pretty good. You can put acrobatic on if you think it's way too slow for you. So I'm gonna keep acrobatic on. Just actually not put it on focus because the flinch resistance on this thing with focus and the VDD 34S weightage is insane. Fully loaded, so off rep you just limited ammo basically. Stippy grip, I feel like we're getting either polymer or stippy or stippy. Like you can use other ones like the rubber grip, but I think the stippy grip is literally the same thing but even better. It's recoil recovery and initial fire recoil. That's basically your whole shooting. Maybe minus the middle where like gets a little bit like around the range where you shot 30 bullets. Yeah, that's when it gets a little bit insane, but then it just stops. 60 round. People use the 50, but the 60 is better because you have like 60 rounds. This one's fire rate is a little bit better, but the damage is not that good. But that's good. I've lengthened, as I said, every AR, and the Carver full grip is pretty good. Carver full grip is pretty good. Oh my god, I don't know what that was, but whatever, bro. Frog hat on. Recoil booster and for the fire rate right here, going short for the fire rate too. If you want to know recoil build, I'll put the shrouded on. Keep the recoil booster because everything else is about to be super bad. Slay reflector is more like fresh, like if you want the slay reflector, you want the niter modifier. Can I just call them modifier? But cut me the slack. Slay reflector, you have the Gawain skeletal. It's basically the same movement speed as the remove stock, but the remove stock hurts a lot of stuff. But this just hurts initial fire. Acrobatic for even more movement speed. You can rock, gun, hole, or frenzy, or whatever you want here, but I think acrobatics are better. I feel like this thing has every single thing that's amazing. Quick again, I think I don't actually need quick. I'm gonna go fully loaded here because my gun already moves really fast. So I feel like I'll do fully loaded. Hatch grip for actually I've never really loaded this. I think stippy as usual. Let them grip because this gun can absolutely beam a long range too. You don't really need it because you have the STG, but it's still pretty good. 40 round max, run with the 64, but it doesn't shoot as fast. At first I used to run the 64 all the time. I thought 64 was OP. Then I went at 48, then I realized that nah, the 40 is just it. 40 is just it. This like, whoa. is the best build. You can run the Carvers, either it's more like what you want, but it's an SMG, so you definitely need that ADS speed. And that's basically it. If you want this to be a long range build, slap this on, you have a long range, just have the long range wall gun. Perks, double time, overkill, and amped. I think I may have, yeah, I have these perks for almost everything. Next class, perk 6. It's just like one of those guns that started like to hit hard, like a secret buff, just like a really little secret buff, and then it's now like kind of good. It's like it never got nerfed again, so I feel like this is pretty good. Oh, I actually ran the wrong thing on it this whole time. This whole time I've been running with the wrong freaking grip under barrel. That's what I meant. Cut me the slack. I don't need the fast mag. That's when I use it thing. Oh my god, but it's fast mag. Fast mag, that's more important. Until I realized I grew up and I realized the 60 round is better. I almost forgot about the Owen gun. I'm sorry, bro. This is the same Owen gun build as later. Just like back. And this is my sniper build. MP40, I think, is like one of the better sniper builds. You can run the welcome build I showed you, but with just shrouded. Yeah, so this is a recoil booster for the fire rate, the short damage range, bullet velocity, and limb damage. That's basically like long range. And the thing about this is that you don't want to be hitting headshots, that many headshots with it. You want to be hitting more chest shots with it, because the chest shots actually does more damage than the headshot. Makes no sense, but yeah, it does. Yeah, I guess. Slay Reflector or the Niter motto. I said come me the slack, so you guys have to come me the slack. I see some people use this. It's kind of like the moon sight on the MP5, but I don't think it's that good. The moon sight on the MP5 though is the 33 M folding stock. Some people use the most stock. I used to use the most stocks. I realized that this thing is basically the same movement speed, but less recoil. Brace initial firing recoil. So it kind of like cancels each other out. So this is basically the best. It has nothing bad to it. Quick, yeah, because you kind of need more movement speed with this thing. It's not that slow or anything. It's really fast. It's one of the fastest in the game. Yeah, the grip. People have different preferences. I just use the Stippy grip. 7.62 Gorenko 45 round mags. I don't think I've ever used anything different. I've seen my friends use the 40 round mags. You know, the damage and all, but like look at all the negatives: recoil, control, and accuracy, movement speed, and that's edge down, sight speed, and fire rate all gone down. So I feel like this is the best one. And also this one like makes the fire rate even faster. M1941 hand stop. That was a mouthful for no reason, just like this your mom last time. What? Oh yeah. So that's basically it. I forgot about the lead then because it's a long range gun. I'm trying to use a long range. You can use frangible, but Incendiary got nerfed so much. Incendiary got nerfed so much, bro. Not even kidding. This is my Kar 98 build. People use monolithic on it sometimes. People use a lot of different stuff, but I think this is just the best one. The bigger it is, the better it is. For the barrel, pause. I said for the barrel, so I just don't need to say pause. Cyber scope. I've seen some people use the variable zoom scope. If you're bad at sniping, I'll probably use a variable zoom scope, especially if you have aimed. I need aimed on this really bad. And any sniper gun, you need amp. This is the aim and stability. Use the aim dot side speed. I'll probably use the aim dot side speed. Just focus, cause you know, flinch resistant. Breath is kind of weird cause it has focus. So do you get like flinch resistance while you focus? So like deep breath will help you also hold your deep breath. I don't know. Probably not. Warm on this axis. Automaton, really good. One of the first guns I've run the Carver 4 grip on. MX silencer, just like the SEG. Zach 600 BFA. Is this wrong one? I swear it's this wrong one. I think it is the right one. Case reduce sway and gun bob, highly accurate and controllable. Burst, it's a burst. Let's go. Don't ever use that. If you use that, you're just bad at the game. That's literally the Etra burst now. The Etra burst is so bad they even had to buff it, and no one used it. It's like the NT. Empress 620 precision. I'll probably use that one. G16 2.5. Anesthesia pattern. It's like really easy. Like there's some of them are preference, but I feel like most of these are actually just the meta. I think it's just better. 75 round mag. The 45 like runs out too fast. 75 you see every single like go look at your whole spell and there might be only one thing different from like lengthen because it's an AR and the Carver forward grip. You can use whatever you want, as I said, maybe the Mark VI. Actually not for this. Yeah, I think the Carver forward grip is actually the only thing for this gun. MP40 build showed you already, just insane. It's really good, the game. I run heartbeats with this. I don't know why I do, but I do. This is... Did I just have the same class twice? Oh my god, I am a bad YouTuber. I meant to use the long range welcome with this. Where is it? I just need to do something real quick. I am a bad YouTuber for this, bro. YouTube, oh my god, bro. Oh. Yeah, yeah, so the barrel tracker, since I'm using the quick, I don't even know. I think this is like either combat scout or amp for this. Tracker's like it's mid. It's just like so mid. Couldn't get mid. These two are really good. The first I never run amp until I realized how good it was. With the sniper at least. I'm gonna run combat scout with this so I can have aimbot. This is my movement class. If I'm feeling like I want to absolutely shit on some kids, if I just shit on a kid, I just put this thing on. Yeah, that's basically it. Wait, I'm gonna use everything that improves my movement speed. Yeah, I think this is basically everything for movement speed. Yes, sir. Grid 50 round. This is the reload. The good thing about the 50 round is that it doesn't hurt the speed. It's like the best thing about the MP5. And almost nothing hurts the speed. Maybe minus a barrel. Yup. But you don't really need a barrel. This MP5 class is not the normal MP5 class. Normal MP5 class is you run this barrel and you take away the perk. But since I'm using movement, I kind of want to use the perk here. Just like a hand. I think some people might remove the stock, because it's basically just the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty fast with the stock anyway, so yeah. This is my movement class, MAC4 grip, 5mm round laser, 45 round. People use a 30 round mag. That shit got nerfed. Sleight of hand, there's no rare grip needed. No optic, no barrel. At least for this class, you don't need a barrel. No muzzle needed either. This is my restock build. I have a Cougar carbine on it, the same Cougar carbine, yes sir. I think I used to use this. This was like my old Cougar carbine. Yeah, this really was my old Cougar carbine. I did not know nothing about building loadouts back then. I see that to myself like 2 weeks in the future, bro. I did not know nothing about building loadouts back then. It's just good. There's a lot of other stuff. If you use a stock, there's no stock. If you use a dual wield, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's my MP40 build again. Want to see it? The range doesn't look good, but the recoil control, I'm telling you, is just insane. And I have the same Diamante class on it. It's my stage 1 perks. That's it. It's been your boy. Stop. Shit. Tripping coming at you with another video. Hey, yo, coming at you. That's kind of gay, bro.